Hi there and welcome to the Darkglass Electronics newsletter video. In the last episode that I did for the newsletter, I talked about how you can set up the EQ of your amp and how you can use distortion to cut through the mix. In this episode we're gonna pick up where we left off with that, but we're gonna focus a bit more on the clean tone. The fact is that if you split your signal and use a clean tone and a distorted tone in parallel, you can distort the distorted tone even more and you can leave a supportive role to the clean tone. Here is the track that you just heard. Here's my Logic project that I've set up for this. We got three guitar tracks, three rhythm guitar tracks. We got some ambient guitars here for the chorus and for the verses and whatnot. Here are the drums. I'm using Easy Drummer 2 for that, and here are the bass tracks. So the distorted bass track is made using the Alpha Omega and the Darkglass M900, and the clean track is basically me just using the parallel output of the Darkglass Alpha Omega and running it straight into my Focusrite 6i6. And I'm gonna play a bit for you now. So here is the entire track, as you just heard. Here's how it sounds. Okay, here is without the clean DI track of the bass, in just a distorted tone. Okay, and here is just the clean tone without the distorted tone, and the entire track, of course. So what I've got going here, for the distorted tone I'm using the Pulse impulse loader from Rose and Digital Audio, and I've got a MPEG SVT classic cabinet, and I've got the bus driver compressor from Nomad Factory also on the tone. So here's what the distorted tone sounds like. And here's without all of the plugins that I've got engaged. So as you can hear, it's a pretty harsh tone without the cabinet engaged. So I'm gonna leave the cabinet on for now. So I got no post EQ on that track whatsoever. I did scoop out a bit of the bass on the Alpha Omega and on the M900, but not that much. So for the clean tone, I've got basically the same things going there. I got the Pulse, I got the same cabinet, the SVT cabinet, and I've got the bus driver compressor from Nomad Factory as well. So here's what the clean tone sounds like. And as you can see and probably hear, I've got a pretty aggressive amount of EQ on this track. So here's without the EQ and without the cab sim and the compressor. So it's just a raw bass track basically. So with everything engaged, here's what it sounds like. But the real magic happens when you put the two tracks together, and that's when you get this. So you get the harshness of the distortion, but the supportive cleans of the clean tone all together basically. And in a full mix, this is what it sounds like. And as you heard earlier, if I was just using the distorted track, you didn't get those supportive low-end notes that you needed. and if I was just using the clean DI track, you wouldn't get that nice cut through the mix that the distorted tone provides. So that's a way to get like both great aspects of each tone, so to speak. So using a clean tone in parallel with your distorted tone is something that I find to be really useful, both when recording a track and when performing live. If you want to set up a clean tone in parallel with your distorted tone, you have a couple of options. First off, if you got the Alpha Omega or the B7K or the Vintage Deluxe, you can just run a separate signal from the parallel output into your DAW and you got your clean tone there, which is also great for later reamping if you want to do that. Another way to get a clean tone with your distorted signal is to use the DI box, which you run to the front of house or to your DAW when you're playing. And if you don't have access to a DI box or a Darkglass pedal that has the parallel output, you can always use the blend knob, as on this B3K. So the way that I approach setting up a clean tone along with the distorted tone is that I disengage the pedal and I set it for 0 amount of blend. Then I engage the pedal, I start playing, and then I ghost in the distortion to about like 11:45, and then I make sure that I play with the rest of the band. And if I can't hear myself, I ghost in a little bit more. And I always make sure that I try to find the balance between having a cutting bass tone and still having the supportive lows of the bass. I hope that this video has been informative to you in some way. This was a quick insight in how I approach recording bass and setting up the clean and the distorted tone in parallel. If you have any questions regarding this video or any future subjects that you would like me to discuss, then please leave a comment down below and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.